To the death.
No! To the pain.
I don't think I'm quite familiar with that phrase.
I'll explain, and I'll use small words so that you'll be sure to understand, you warthog-faced buffoon.
That may be the first time in my life a man has dared insult me.
It won't be the last.
What's up, guys? Benny. Eventually, people are just going to have to start believing that Donald Trump means what he says, and he's probably going to get what he wants. I mean, he just got Greenland. Trump just announced a deal to get Greenland. So, there's that. Trump said for years that he was going to sue large corporate media companies that lied about him. And lo and behold, Trump has been on an absolute barn burner against the biggest news companies in America for lying about Trump. George Stephanopoulos said Trump was a rapist, right? That's not true. He had to settle for $15 million and apologize. Look at that. Oh, yikes. Now Trump wants to sue other news outlets, and he has. Trump walked away from Paramount's $15 million offer to settle news lawsuits because they didn't want to apologize to him. Well, lo and behold, Paramount has apologized. Paramount will pay $16 million settlement with Trump over 60 Minutes interview where they selectively edited. The staff at 60 Minutes is very, very upset about it. Meta agreed to pay $25 million to settle lawsuit for suspending Donald Trump. Donald Trump has sued a bunch of other companies like the Des Moines Register, Simon & Schuster, CNN, and maybe CNN again. Breaking news, just heard today that during our amazing rally, the great state of Michigan, Florida Circuit Judge issued a powerful decision denying the Pulitzer Prize Board to give Pulitzer Prizes to the Russia collusion hoax. Trump's even like ripping Pulitzers out of the hands of these journalists. So what's he gonna rip next? CNN? He's already suing CNN in one lawsuit. Could there be more? Cameron Kasky is one of those like little like Parkland kids who went on, I got, it's like, we know Parkland families. I'm not trying to dunk on them. I'm just saying that there were like extreme opportunist kids like David Hogg, who wasn't even there that day, right? And Cameron Kasky, who have decided to take that tragedy and merchandise it into little careers for themselves, little famous progressive talking head careers for themselves, and going to Harvard and getting into any Ivy League school that they wanted by doing gun activism, Soros-funded gun activism, anti-gun activism, obviously, around the country. And that's what they did, and it was grotesque. It was sick. I mean, they literally used the blood of their fellow classmates and the horrible tragedy in order to push left-wing ideologue slop on the rest of the country. It didn't work, obviously. And most of them are like just utterly and completely irrelevant now. And a total joke, like David Hogg has been kicked to the curb by the DNC. They wouldn't even let him in the building anymore. But Cameron Kasky is on CNN. And he's lying about Donald Trump. Oh, no. He's on CNN. And he's trying to speech police Scott Jennings, which is a dumb idea. And then he lies about Trump, saying he's part of a sex trafficking network. For a moment, the panel let it slide. Let's go ahead and listen.
Transparent about this. I would love it if he was more transparent about the human sex trafficking network that he was a part of, but you can't win them all.
Cameron's grateful that the president is being transparent about the Nobel Peace Prize and his desires for Greenland. Scott, what do you think about that?
You going to let that sit? Are we going to claim here on CNN that the president is part of a global sex trafficking ring, or?
Well,
I mean,
we're going to talk about the Epstein file. Scott, I will do the fact checking as we go along here. Repeat what you said about the global sex trafficking ring.
That Donald Trump was provably very involved with it.
Okay, we'll get to that later. I mean, Donald Trump has never been charged with any crimes in relation to Jeffrey Epstein. But
let's be adults here.
We'll talk about that.
Let's be serious.
Let's be serious. the face of left-wing masculinity. Amazing how quickly these kind of things get up to the lawyers who would have to field another Trump lawsuit. They're already working through 1 or 3 at CNN. And Cameron Kasky, boy, oh boy, has decided that he's going to do what the lawyers tell him to in order to remain on CNN. Could you imagine? disgracing yourself to remain on CNN. Here we go. I would like to retract my comments from CNN last night and apologize truly. Oh, he truly means it this time. Donald Trump was obviously not involved with the giant international child sex trafficking ring where women and children were systematically raped by elites. I said that by accident, and I didn't mean it. Okay. So this is I don't know, not going to work out great for him. I think that this is some type of smug attempt to get around the legal liabilities here. You play that comic kid, you practice it in front of the mirror, you're just too broke to sue. Do you mean you said it by accident? Do you have Tourette's? While you regretted the accident so much that you doubled down a few seconds later. By accident. Oh, sure. By accident. I didn't mean it. By accident. You're doing great. Keep it up, pal. You mean it. You repeated it. Your attorney. It's time to play the clip. Here's the clip your attorney will need in the defamation lawsuit. Oh, no. Wasn't the only time that he got completely bodied on CNN. How are you going to enforce your edict on me just out of curiosity? F that, says Scott Jennings, who's a consummate pro.
Of this country, and
how are you going to? I
you
recognize
don't
you
get to
haven't
say the
reviewed
word
all the
illegals
material
anymore.
And you have.
The
I don't.
The percentage.
Who are you to tell me what I can and can't? I've never met you, brother. I can say whatever I want. They're illegal aliens, and that's what the law calls them, illegal aliens. That's what I'm going to call them. Right.
Listen, you can't say illegals anymore because ICE is directly targeting legal citizens of this country. And how
are you going to enforce your edict on me, just out of curiosity?
Listen, I understand.
But just listen to his point about illegals.
No, I want to know why he gets to
It's
instruct
not, you're
my
changing the
speech.
topic.
Hang on.
I want to know.
You're making a point
making
about
an
the
emotional
people being
plea.
arrested. Go
I
ahead.
understand that your job is predicated on just getting increasingly more demented every single week, and that the audience comes back to see if perhaps
Make your point.
My point is that you're saying the word illegals, but
it's in
you
federal
don't
law.
even really know what's happening. Or actually, I think you do, and
Sure,
you're
I do.
doing this on purpose. But
Yes,
the truth
because
is,
I want the law enforced.
they are not just targeting illegal immigrants. They
are.
are targeting natural-born U.S. citizens.
They are.
8 U.S. Code 1325, Cameron, improper entry by alien. You are an alien. An illegal alien. It is illegal. Of course, Cameron Kasky, former theater kid, you don't get to say illegal aliens. Well, man, you'd love to see him get sued. You really would. You don't get to say the words illegals anymore. How are you going to tell me what I can and cannot say? I've never even met you. They're illegal aliens. How are you going to enforce your edict on me? Goodness gracious. You should be sued into bankruptcy, and so should CNN, says multiple lawyers. This is not going to work out. CNN's lawyers have to be pulling their hair out. This is the most pathetic response. Blatantly said live on air, it's provable, referring to President Trump being a pedophile. CNN needs to fire him because they are spreading this type of stuff on air. Yeah. I don't know, man. Seems like he's doubling down. Guess he's also running for Congress, or tried to run for Congress. Didn't work out great for him. Yeah. Great. Everyone's doing great. Okay. All the more reason why you shouldn't watch CNN. We watch CNN, so you don't have to on this program, but I would love to see him get sued. Please sue him for this. Please, please, please. I'll play the clip a million more times. Trump sue CNN for this, and Cameron Kasky. Okay? Nobody deserves it more.